mode. And right now you're getting a look at the top 25. We'll come back to that here in a minute. That is Zack Poff. I am Steve Montoya. Like we do every Monday, we break down some of the football rankings presented by the Army National Guard. Zach, let's pull up that rankings one more time. Not a lot of movement here, but the top 25 held pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, we got one move, and that's Aquinas switching spots with Roswell up to 9. But Steve, what I really wanted to hit on this week, obviously, respect to Gorman, man. They just won their 50th game in a row. That's very hard to do.
That's big time
in high school football. But it's playoff time, baby. We got California starting up, Texas, and Florida, and the stuff going down in SoCal might be the hardest playoff bracket around.
Okay, well, we want to hear your comments out there. If you think your playoff brackets and your states deserve some love, and we're going to start off, like you said, Zach, in the Southern California area. It doesn't really get much tougher than this. Later on this week, we're going to have the top 10 toughest playoff brackets in the country, but no doubt, Division I in the Southern section is the real deal.
It's the real deal. I mean, you got 4 teams in the top 18 of the Xcellent 25 rankings. You're getting a look at number 3, Modern Day. Now, Steve, it was the first time they finished the regular season 10-0 since 1997. You know, this is a very good, prestigious program down in SoCal, and they're doing stuff they haven't done since the 90s. They also won their first outright league title since 1999. One of the main reasons why is because of their 4-star sophomore quarterback, JT Daniels. 53 touchdowns and 3,500 plus yards this year for JT. He's having a big-time year.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Averaging nearly 54 a game. You know, they got the St. Brown brothers of Monra and Osiris on the edge making plays at wide receiver. They got an underrated defense, too, led by Jalen Cole. Roman Kafensis is nice, and they got Quentin Lake, you know, a son of former Pittsburgh Pro Bowl safety, Carnell Lake, and cornerback. So, they got some playmakers, and Modern Day is going to be a tough out in the Division I playoffs.
But the other side of the bracket floated too.
You got Bosco, the number 12 team in the country, and you also got 14 Corona Centennial. And Steve, it seems like these two teams always face off in the playoffs. They faced off the last 3 seasons. This time it won't be in the championship game, though. It would be in the semifinals if these two teams get that far. Now, you look at Bosco. They got one of the best defenses with Jacob Collier rushing the edge on, he's got nearly 10 sacks this year. But on offense, I really think Real Mitchell is going to be the reason why Bosco wins or loses. If he can lead the offense, I think St. John Bosco is going to have a chance to win their first, I guess it's not Pac-5 division, but Division I title since 2013. Now, Corona Centennial, man, you're going to look at Miles Reed. Centennial's had, big-time running backs like J.J. Taylor and Trey Watson. You can go ahead and add Miles Reed to the mix. Tanner McKee's also been nice. The junior quarterback, one of the best gunslingers in the biz. They're 9-1. You were seeing highlights from that IMG game. That's the only game they lost. And, they probably should have won that game. I've been getting a little bit of beef with Centennial being 14, should be higher. But listen,
they got a chance to prove themselves.
If they run the table
Division I
and win this, and then win the Open Division state title game, Centennial will be in the top 5 at the end of the year.
Yeah, let's go ahead, Chris, pull up the rankings real quick, as that's why you may be joining us here. And let's take a look, and the Division I in the Southern section, right there just shows you how tough you have. Several of them here in the top 25. Yeah. They're all in one bracket.
It's crazy. I mean, Bosco and Centennial, potential semifinal matchup. Then you look a little further down, you got number 18 Mission Viejo, potential semifinal matchup with number 3 Modern Day. But then you also got Rancho Cucamonga in the mix too.
Yep.
A team I think that's either 25 or 26 now in the computer rankings, and they're just outside of my 5 for the bubble teams. They're 10-0, and they got a couple of big-time playmakers too. I mean, you got Thomas Graham and Mr. Red in the backfield. They're nice.
All right, let's go ahead and get to some comments. Larry, what's up? As usual, Dayton, Wayne, Ohio.
Yeah.
With a question mark. Maybe we're not giving them enough love.
Ohio, you got Coleraine, number 13 team in the country. And then you got Huber Heights, Wayne, number 25. There is a chance those two teams could face off in the Division I semifinals to represent Ohio. But Colerane's got St. X this weekend, so that's going to be a good one.
All right, South Carolina in 2 weeks. Warren Central is going down soon, says Brian.
Hey, they play Center Grove this week. It's a matchup of number 1 and number 2 in the state of Indiana. And it's not even the semifinals yet.
Yeah.
And
good.
Center Grove has lost 1 game this year. Take a guess, Steve. Who you think beat them?
You tell me.
Warren Central.
That's right.
So they get a chance to avenge that loss. And you get a look at these boys. They're the reigning champs, state title. So they want to avenge that loss and win their second in a row, too. Warren Central's no joke, though. They got this kid, David Bell, 4-star wide receiver. You know, if you're named the Warriors, you got to know how to be good offensively. And these Warriors are they're pretty good.
All right, taking a look at some of your comments here. Florida getting some love. I know their playoffs is getting going. Mountain Point out in Arizona.
Number 8.
Good squad. Calabasas out in California.
Yeah, Calabasas, you got, Keyshawn Johnson, his son, Junior, made a big-time play this weekend. We're going to be getting that up MP top play. They also got the number 1 cornerback in the biz, Darnay Holmes. They're nice.
Okay, Queen Creek out in Arizona. All around good defense out there.
What do they say? Defense?
They usually say that wins championships. Yeah, the Cane Wolves in Pennsylvania. Show them some love. We are. New Rochelle won back-to-back Section 1 titles. Congratulations to them. The New York State Championship getting underway. How about in Texas, Lubbock, Coronado, the Mustangs taking on Caprock. Stand up, Stangs. Stand up. I know Texas.
Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah. All right, we got Missouri in the house. Mountain View Liberty Eagles 13-0 against Lamar. 5-time state defending championship.
Get your popcorn ready for that one.
That's a good one. Georgia's pretty good, and we are going to roll into Georgia right now as Raquez, you let us in perfectly because we're going to talk about the 7A in the state of Georgia.
Yeah, we were talking SoCal D1. 7A is like, hey, boys, this one's just as talented. You got Grayson, the number 6 team in the country. Now, they entered the playoffs red hot. They lost their season opening game to IMG Academy 26-7. They've been playing lights out since that defeat. They've won 9 in a row. 8 of those 9 have come by double digits. And I believe they're the most talented team in the state. And you could even make the case they're one of the most talented teams in all of high school football. Another team that's going to be in the field, though, is Roswell. They're 10-0. But they were actually the number 2 seed in the 7A region. IMG beat Grayson. That's the only loss, so that's why Grayson gets the edge there. Roswell, though, one of the things that's been consistent for these boys this year is they have a great defense, and their offense has been a little shaky. If their offense can get things going, Roswell is going to be a tough team to beat. They're trying to win their first state title since 2006. A team I wanted to hit on, though, is Mill Creek. They're the first bubble team outside of the top 25, 10-0 this year. And I think they really...
pretty open right there.
That's pretty... I think I could have made that pass, too. I probably would have scored right there also. But they want to make a point and show they can hang with Grayson and Roswell. They've got a lot of attention this year. With Mill Creek, you got Cameron Turley slinging the rock. Edmund Graham, though. This kid right here, one of the best kept secrets. Big-time playmaker. Keep an eye out for Mill Creek in the playoffs. Colquitt County is the back-to-back defending state champs, though. So they want to prove a point. We'll get to Allen, Texas in a bit.
Yeah, Chris, you're jumping the gun there on us. He wants us to get to
Texas. He wants us to get to Texas already. Yeah. But Colquitt County started the season 0-4. They've won 6 in a row, so they're playing well. But 2 of their 4 losses came to Mill Creek and Roswell. McEachern, another team to keep an eye on. They're 9-1. Only loss was a 3-point loss to Grayson early in the season. They have a great defense, and this kid Bailey Hockman, he's a good quarterback, Florida State commit.
All right, Corey's saying Dade County, we got our rankings back up here. You can see a lot of these teams are going to be playing each other soon in the playoffs, so we'll really get to see what these teams are really made of.
And Steve, I haven't even mentioned the WCAC semifinals going on. You got number 5 DeMatha. They'll take on Good Counsel, and then the other side, you got St. John's at Gonzaga. That's right there, too.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. All right, and then Ronald here says, why don't we ever talk about soccer? Well, Ronald,
it's football, I guess.
We should talk about soccer. One thing about soccer, though, across the country is it's not 100% unified, meaning that every state could be playing in different seasons. Some played in the fall, spring, winter, so you never know.
We'll get to soccer, don't worry.
We like soccer, trust me. All right, let's, April saying Louisiana, show some love to Louisiana, all right? Shout out to you guys. James says, Southern Nevada playoffs could be a possible landmine for Bishop Gorman. What do you think? You think Bishop Gorman could go down?
Listen, you can take this to the bank. Gorman's going to win every playoff game by at least 28 points.
Okay.
You can book it.
All right.
I tell you what, though, Liberty's nice. They could potentially give Gorman a tough game, but Bishop Gorman, man. They're Bishop Gorman.
Yeah, they're tough to beat. Number 1 team. All right. Well, according to the your ranking.
Yeah.
All right.
With the computer, they got modern day one?
Yeah. Temple City High School getting some love in California. Nick says he's ready for basketball. Well, Nick, if you're ready for basketball, we have our preseason rankings coming out this week, starting tomorrow. And guess what? We're changing it up on you. We're going to go with tomorrow the top 10 independent schools, which means teams that cannot play for a state title. And then on Wednesday, we're going to have our top 25 high school basketball teams, meaning these teams can play for a state title. And then our computer will come out later where they mix them up. But if you want some basketball rankings, we're going to be live tomorrow to talk about it.
Tomorrow, Wednesday, get your popcorn ready, baby.
So we got you covered up and down. West Craven High School in North Carolina, they beat the 3A champs, Havelock, and 4A state champs. So West Craven should be on your...
They're craving, bro.
Yeah, they should be on your watch list. Brooks County in Georgia. Who's the number 1 quarterback in the nation?
Tate Martell. Not on 24/7, but hey, Tate Martell is 40-0 as the starting quarterback for Bishop Gorman. Tate Martell is the number 1 quarterback in my eyes. You look at the teams that Gorman's beat, I know they're playing great defense, but Tate Martell is probably the biggest reason why. Tate, number 1, book it.
So you think he's going to have a very successful college career?
I think he's going to play well. I mean, when it comes to the size and the arm strength, maybe it doesn't match up with well, but the kid knows how to win games. He's going to kind of be like a Johnny Manziel type for sure. Okay. And he's more like Russell Wilson, actually.
Gotcha.
Give me that.
All right. Yeah, Russell Wilson was a winner in high school. Search Russell Wilson high school highlights. We got you covered. He's got some incredible moves back in high school. He's a winner for sure.
JT Daniels, sophomore. Give me that guy.
All right. Well, hey, just a few years ago, Jake Browning was putting up numbers through the roof. Many people said, hey, he's just putting up those kind of numbers based on the system, and he's not playing the toughest teams, even though one of his junior season they went 16-0. So
they're undefeated, right, this year?
Yeah.
So he's playing pretty well.
He's a pretty good player.
Next level.
All right.
Whoa, look at Sproul.
Well, look at this. Jake Browning right here. He throws it up. Look at he was making some moves. He's playing Oak Ridge right here out on that blue field. They just played an incredible game this past Friday. Oak Ridge and Folsom. Oak Ridge went for 2. There you go.
It didn't go so well for Oak Ridge on that 2-point conversion.
No, it didn't. Kind of hit his hands, fell. But hey, those 2 teams, speaking of playoff brackets, they're in the Division I playoff brackets, so they could meet again. Still no Aledo with 67 straight district wins. How do you not have Aledo in your rankings?
Listen, they play in a little smaller region in the state of Texas, but listen, they're averaging over 60 points per game this year. They're right there. If they win a state championship, they're going to be right in the mix for the top 25. I mean, you can make a case Aledo's been one of the best programs in all of Texas since 2000. These boys know how to score the rock.
All right, let's talk some Texas football real quick. Definitely going to get back to your comments. Let's start with number 7 right there. You're seeing Allen, and Allen's pretty good, 10-0.
Yeah, and 10-0 is just something on the regular for these boys. 4 straight year. They've gone 10-0 entering the playoffs. Now, you know, they're trying to win their first state title since 2008. They got a new coach, Terry Campbell, but they're still doing the same old things. They're running the rock, playing great defense, and they're going to be tough to beat in the 6A Division I playoffs. Steve, a team I got my eyes on, though, Lake Travis. They started the season in the top 20. They lost their season opener, blew a double-digit lead in the 4th quarter. Lake Travis has been playing great football as of late. One of the main reasons why is their quarterback, Charlie Brewer, SMU guy. They've scored a ton of points lately. They've hit the 60-point mark in 4 of the last 5 weeks. They're also playing great defense, and you know they might be the hottest team in all of Texas. They became the first team in Texas to win 5 consecutive state titles in the state. They're trying to win their first since 2011 this year. You also got the Woodlands, one of 5 bubble teams, and you also got Katy. And Katy, they found themselves in a weird predicament this year. They started the season 1-2, very rare for Katy. They're playing great football now. They've won 7 in a row. They got my guy DeAndre Glass, one of the best running backs in the biz. So Katy's out to prove a point, and they were number 1 last year, I believe, too, right?
Yeah, so. Katy seems to know how to play when it comes to late October and into November. And guess what, Zach? You and I will be going to the Texas State Championships this year.
There's a chance all 4 of those teams we were talking about, Allen, the Woodlands, Lake Travis, and Katy, could all be in the Final Four.
We'll be there, and we'll go live for you from there and give you a little Texas football love.
I tell you what, I'm gonna give you all a pick.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a little crazy here. I got Lake Travis winning it all.
Okay. You heard it here first. You see him on the sidelines? Yell at him.
I know. Watch Lake Travis go down in the first round. I'm gonna get blasted. Yeah. Lake Travis, that's what I'm taking. I love Allen. I love the Woodlands. I love Katy. I think Lake Travis is playing the best right now.
All right, April, good luck to you guys out in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome playing there. Definitely wish you the best to your football team out there. Dallas says, what about the Jinx Trojans? You like Jinx, Union? I know the state of Oklahoma's always got some good football.
Hey, Jinx is the only team from Oklahoma in our top 25.
So you must like them.
I do. They're pretty good, Yeah. Hey, they're 10-0. They got this sophomore quarterback, Ian Corwin. This dude has been slinging the rock, and he's putting up numbers week in and week out. I love what Jinx is doing now, and I think they're going to win another state title this year.
All right, Flint says Liberty can beat Gorman, so watch out. A couple comments in here saying nobody can beat Gorman. You say nobody can beat Gorman.
I did say that, but Liberty rolled into Texas this year and beat Austin Westlake, but Austin Westlake's quarterback, Sam Ellinger, wasn't playing, so if he was playing, I'd look at it a little different, but hey, Gorman's won 50 games in a row. 3rd longest active winning streak in all of high school football. That's pretty hard to do.
All right. Joseph says Centennial will beat Bosco in the semifinals, and once that happens...
Does he say they're going to beat Mater Dei? Let's hear that.
Well, if they beat Mater Dei and they beat...
They'll be in the top 5.
They'll be in the top 5. All right.
I've been saying that all year as I had Centennial kind of moving up a little bit. Listen, they're going to get a chance to prove it, and if they run through that Division I bracket... I gotta get them in.
Yeah, you gotta go.
I'm from pretty much Corona anyways, too, so...
Okay.
That might be a... No,
so you're not a homer then?
Not a homer.
All right, good. James says, can Excel Lions 6-man football. If you've never seen 6-man football, it's fun to watch. So some love to the 6-man players out there and the 8-man and 9-man. Whitewater in the house. Shout out to Largo Packers from Florida. How about Marksville High School 3A champion since 2011.
That's pretty good.
Yes. White Right. Shout out to you, Liberty Patriots. Their fans love to support those guys up in Nevada, and that would be
they also they played Corona Centennial this year too, and they're hanging with them for a little bit, but Corona kind of walked away with that one. But that's the thing I love with Liberty, man. They're going out and they're playing, teams in California, teams in Texas, doing what Gorman does, and we've seen how Gorman's improved a ton since they started to beef up that schedule a little bit and play some of the best. So. Much respect to what Liberty's doing out there.
All right, Dan says, will you be at any Texas 5A games this year? Well, we'll be at Dallas Cowboys Stadium to watch some
We'll see the 5A, Division I and Division II championship games, so that's going to be fun. Now, Steve, the 6A D2 is going to be nice, too.
Okay. Well,
DeSoto,
we're looking forward to that.
Cedar Hill.
How about, let's get to a few more comments. Joseph says Mater Dei is overrated. And he says they're going to lose to Mission Viejo. Joseph, you got.
Hey, listen.
I like how he's going out there and saying that, but we'll see if Mater Dei can roll.
Hey, if they lose to Mission Viejo, that's not a bad loss. Mission Viejo's won 38 games in a row. They've got one of the best high school football coaches in the biz, and they got a trio of Matthew McDonald, Austin Osborne, and my guy, Elijah Griffin, the son of Warren G. He's a 4-star DB. They got some playmakers, too. This team can score the rock. That'd be a fun game, and I think Mater Dei would probably win in a close one, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Diablos pulled it off.
All right, I know we're getting a little long here, so we're going to wrap it up.
It's the playoffs.
It is the playoffs. So we're going to talk about this much more too later on in the week. We'll just have a playoff segment where we break down some of the best brackets. Chris says Pleasant Valley from Chico going to take section. How about this? Pleasant Valley, home of Aaron Rodgers.
Boom.
I was just there on Saturday for my daughter's soccer game, so there's some soccer love to you right there.
That's what I call connecting the dots.
That's right. And I saw the new turf coming from Aaron Rodgers, who's pitched in some love down there, and the state or in Chico giving back. So
gotta love that.
Yeah, it's cool. You home of Chico, home of Aaron Rodgers. You kind of cruise through. So I was just there watching soccer. So it all goes back. It all goes back.
Football.
All right, Joshua Springs, 8-man getting some love. Norte Vista Braves, Sure Spartans. Good luck. Good luck to everybody in the playoffs. Score those games. If you're in the playoffs for football, for volleyball, for soccer, any sport, good luck to you. We wish you the best. This is our Excellent 25 show presented by the Army National Guard. Zack Poff, Steve Montoya.
Adios.